Okay. All right. Well, welcome to week one of the button up. So long. Yeah, so I'll share a presentation. I just found a dead bug on my I'll share a presentation. I looked down, there was like a dead moth on presentation that we'll go over some housekeeping stuff and then go over colors and how to read the color chart. If you're new here, I'll explain how that all works, and then some advice on picking colors, different color combinations, and ways you can combine the colors. And then we will do a little show and tell. So if you want to share your color scheme that you're thinking about, or you have some fabric that you want some feedback on, then you can upload it into the chat now, and Olivia can add it to the end of the slide. So we'll make sure it gets included. So there's still time if you want to add your show and tell. So like 5:05, I will start the presentation. And also, if you're new here, this is the most like slide heavy presentation that we do, because we just have so much to cover on week one. And then the rest of the sew alongs more like sew-ins or like mini tutorials, stuff like that. And we just chat and chill and hang out. So if you guys want to put your hand up if you're totally new here, that way you can gauge how many total newbies we have. You could either be new to quilting or just new to Toad Circle. Either one is helpful. Welcome, Angela and Rachel. Is that Michelle? I'm really good at butchering names, and so you don't feel free to correct me if I say your name wrong. Okay, so the A is just like an silent A. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, thanks. Alrighty, let me just clean up and double check that I have no accidental sneak peeks somewhere on my computer before I share anything. It's my biggest fear. It's only happened like once or twice ever where
Which is too many times, honestly.
yeah, they've been caught very quickly, but yes, it has happened twice. It honestly scares me. So perfect. Okay, I'm going to present. All right, I'm gonna go through the itinerary and do like a little intro, and then hopefully we can figure it out by then. Um, okay, so the I am Taylor, and this is Olivia. We want to try to figure this out. I am the owner of Toad and Sew and Toad Circle. And yeah, a little bit about me. I've been quilting for, I guess, 6 years now. Um, and I like reading and I like quilting and outdoorsy things, camping. Live in Seattle, Washington, and I really wanted a way to combine reading and quilting because I thought there was so much overlap in the two hobbies, and they're also very introvert hobbies. So I really thought that having some place that we can connect with one another would be a fun thing. And now Olivia reminded me that we are on year 3 of Toad Circle, which is super, super exciting. And I was shocked to hear that. So um, yeah, welcome. And then my assistant is Olivia. I'm not gonna make her introduce herself because I don't want to distract her from figuring this out. But okay, Tara's texting us. Um, but she is my right hand woman. She is always on Discord and there to help. If you have any questions, she's your go-to girl. She'll probably answer quicker than I will. Um, and she knows everything that's happening. So definitely feel free to tag her on Discord. If you have any questions at all, you can also email us at hello@toadandso.com. Um, so that's a little bit about, the admins. I think there's one more admin is Tanda is now in the chat too. You don't have to introduce yourself, but she's the third admin in the Discord group. And then in Discord, you'll see people's names have like different colors and a little icon. So if you see a blue name, um, oh yeah, I'll answer that question in a second. If you see a blue name, it means it's a shop and you can reach out. Tara is in this chat as well, and she can help you with picking out fabrics, sending pictures of the fabric selection, and yeah, so she can do custom kits or she has a lot of fun kits as well. So lastly, my surgery, I am officially back. Um, and I'm doing really well. I had my month after surgery or post-op surgery doctor's appointment last week, and then I have another one with my neurosurgeon next week. But they said I'm doing really, really well. Recovery, I feel great. I haven't had my trigeminal neuralgia pain, so that's super, super nice. Junior year, I had brain surgery like 5 or 6 weeks ago. So if you don't know that, then that's just catching you up. So yeah, this is the first kind of major thing that I've, done since then. So, but yeah, doing great and still have a lot of like face issues. Lack of feeling in the bottom left half of my face. It's all numb, but the doctors are confident that that will come back fully or mostly. So that's kind of, the last like remaining issues that I'm dealing with. So yeah. Okay, is my face in the way? Oh, I can see it.
You're me.
Like say, okay, well, we kind of did an introduction. So, anyways, Olivia, do you want to introduce yourself or do you think we should move on?
Hi, I'm Olivia. I said it earlier, but I live in Colorado right now. I am excited that there is snow happening right now. Um, I'm from the South. I have two cats and a dog, a border collie that is the derpiest thing that I've
Yes,
ever encountered.
confirmed.
I've been quilting since 2018. And I'm the product of the person that went on YouTube and said, I can do that. So I am a YouTube quilter, but I have taken like the Alderwood Studio pattern writing course. I had my own little fabric business. I've written patterns. So I've just kind of been in and out of all things quilt related. The only thing I haven't done is run an actual physical store, and I have no interest in doing that. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Enneagram 5 wing 4. I'm pretty
On
sure
an
I'm an INTJ. So I think that's about it.
Awesome. I'm a Enneagram, I think 7 wing 6. So
Good to know. I
uh,
did not know that about you.
yep. My husband's also a 7. He's like a true, true 7, like the definition of a 7. So 2 7s is a little bit much. Okay, anyways. Okay, agenda, new member orientation, portal information, how to get the pattern. I'm assuming if you're in Discord and you're in the chat, you've already figured that out, but just go over it real quick. So long books, we have to vote on the so long book that we're reading. We're doing a Secret Santa book exchange. We did this last year and it was super fun. So there's deadlines for that. I think you have a few weeks to sign up for that, and then hopefully send everything out before our last call so we can open those packages on the final Zoom call, which is what we did last year. About the pattern, and then picking out fabric, understanding the coloring chart, how to do your own mock-ups in Canva, and then show and tell kits and Q&A. I think that's it. So let's keep going since we lost some time. Your portals. If you go into toadandsew.com, your portal's on the top. There's several ways of getting there. You can click on the Toad and Sew Toad Circle tab, and then that has each portal. You have to be logged in to access your portal. And this is where you get the each week. You know, you can see the schedule, you can see the calendar, you can see things to download, like there's all sorts of things. So if you have any questions about anything, check your portal and see if your questions are answered or if you're find what you need and what you're looking for. So pattern updates each week around 9 a.m. I say around very loosely because it's not always exactly at 9 a.m., but I try to do 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that's like noon Eastern time. And the link stays the same throughout the entire so long. So each week you don't need to go to your portal. You can just click on this updated link here. Save it as your, save it as a bookmark, do whatever. If you're having trouble and it's not updating, you're not seeing the next week, it's either I haven't posted it yet, or you might have to refresh your cookies or delete your cookies in your caches and browsing history, because sometimes the link just doesn't update properly. So that is how you get each week. It's just the PDF the next week is added onto the pattern before. So that's that. I'm going to go through Discord real quick. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for 1 second, and then I'm just going to briefly go through all the Discord channels, because we do have some new members here. I'm going to try to do it pretty quickly, but if you guys have any questions, there's a couple resources that we can lead you in that direction. So give me 1 second. I need to make sure that everything is set up properly. Your screen. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna do, and if you haven't already, change your name in Discord to be your first and last name, your first name, your not just your first name, it has to have your first name plus like your last name initial. This is how we keep track of the members. We don't have an automated system, so if you cancel, we need a way to know who's canceling, who's being added. So please do that. It really helps us a lot, and also it's great to know, who we're chatting with here. So the way you can do that, you just click on your name and edit profile, and then you can do edit server profile. You don't have to edit your main profile, and then that way that brings you to updating your name. Also, while we're at it, if you want to add in all the previous so longs that you participated in, it's a fun way to keep track of that. And in the general chat, I uploaded all those emojis. So if you've joined a lot of them or you want to keep track on your own, it's just a fun, because we always associate an emoji for each so long. So that's just kind of jumping around here. But when you come, sometimes it can be overwhelming when you come into Discord if you're new to Discord. So my suggestion is to one, you can look at the channel tour, which has like just a breakdown of every major category and then all of the extra uh, channels within that folder. So town hall is going to be like announcements, giveaways. Most of this stuff you won't even be able to type in or, chat in. It's mostly just like us uploading things that you need access to. Support though is a place for you to ask any questions. So if you need any support. And then there's general chat, which is just all general chats. If you don't feel like it fits in something else, you can just go there. So I'll just kind of walk you guys through. Right now we have welcome at the top, but I'll probably move that all the way at the bottom once everyone's you know has officially joined the so long. And then next we have town hall. Like I was just saying, this is support channel, discounts and kits. This is a great place to go if you are looking for a kit. And then also we have lots of partners through Toad Circle. So we have long arm. It's okay, buddy. We have long arm discounts and other shop things. Again, that can be found in your portal as well, but this is a great resource here. General, like I said, general, then there's animals. You can upload your pets, your whatever, it doesn't have to be a pet, but if you have any questions or you want to discuss any other toad and so patterns that are not Toad Circle related, you can talk about them in the toad and so patterns chat. All right, so long is where this the so long is where the current so long will be, as well as the last so long. So we have the arete so long in here as well, and then come next round we will remove the arete, and then we'll have the button up as well. So button up every week there'll be a new thread. That way there's no spoilers if you want to keep up with it and you don't want spoilers. You do have to click on the new week to be updated, but this is where you will upload everything for that week that pertains to that week. So right now we're uploading color schemes and the mockups. And then we also wait. Okay. Yeah, guys shouldn't be able to see. Okay, and then book club or book talk. Yeah, book club is just general, everything that's book related. So that is so long book. So once we have the winner of the so long, that'll be in here. And then book reviews is a great place to upload recent books you read that you like, that you didn't like, that you want to chat with other people on. Oh, I'm reading this book right now. It's really cute. So this is just a fun kind of Goodreads-esque, but a great way to discuss books that you've read with other Toad Circle members. Hobby corner, we have crafts, which is garment sewing, crochet and knitting. We have music, D&D and gaming nerds, recipes, just any other random things. TV shows, we talk about Love is Blind a lot. That's probably our most used thread in the entire Discord server.
Which the
Um,
reunion is happening very soon.
yeah, tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then social hall lastly is like where you can introduce yourself, let people know your location, and follow on Instagram, get roles. This is really helpful if you go in here and click what location you're in, because right now I'm like northwest, so I already have it clicked. But if I need to like ask a question about, hey, anyone in the northwest, I can do that because it gives you a tag. I think you can do that. I'm pretty sure. Okay. And then if you're feeling overwhelmed by the left side here, you can expand or collapse any of these, and then only what is currently being like only active chats that you follow will pop up. So I just tend to do that. I try to collapse everything, and then when needed, I can like look for things down here. You can also change your notification settings in every single thing. So welcome new members, that's a good one that you probably want to mute channel, or only allow at mentions or have nothing. So I have all my notifications on for every single channel, but you can customize each individual channel to not have any notification, or you just have if someone mentions you, etc. I definitely suggest for keeping the town hall ones on, at least the announcements, the giveaways, the important links, and whatever else. But at the very least, the announcements channel is a great one to have on, because each week we send a message at 9 a.m. ish. Whatever news we need to say for that week, whether there's a book vote or there's a Zoom call or whatever. So definitely have your notifications on that one if you don't have anything else. So again, this is the first week, so the first week's always the most chaotic, I will say, just with notifications and things happening. So okay, that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any questions about Discord before I move on? Oh, also events. You can see every single event that's happening for the so long up in the events tab. Looks a little bit different on your mobile, but this is great way to just see when we're having all of our Zoom calls and then marking them in your calendar. And let me see. It'll also let you know if they're on Zoom or on Discord. I think, are we only doing Zoom now? I'm not
Yeah,
100% sure.
because this is a 6 week long one, there isn't really room. I mean, we can decide the best time in one of the weeks that isn't already a meeting week. But right now, I just have it where the most important meetings are the only ones that are scheduled, and they're all on Zoom.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, the problem with Discord, we used to do them on Discord, but there's a max amount of people that can join, and then with being able to talk. So it's but there's also these Zoom sew-ins if you just want to hop on here and just see who's around, who's selling. I always say I need to do this more often. So you definitely take advantage of these, the community hangout, and just see who wants to hop on, and you know. So server guide, still updating this section, but these are good things, like this is rules and stuff like that. So okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen if anyone doesn't have any more questions. We have reunion tonight. Okay. Yes. All right, back to the other. Okay. Book vote. Okay, so I kind of went with I wanted to go with a winter snowy theme. So all these have that aspect to them, but most of them are historical fictions. Um, I just feel like a lot of the books I was finding in this category were historical fictions. So, um, yeah, they kind of range from thriller to, I don't know. I try to pick books that, have a theme first, and then also have 4.0 or higher ratings on Goodreads. So that's kind of how I decide that, and books that also sound interesting. But yeah, you have until next Monday night to vote. Thank you for confirming that. And then we can start reading, and we'll start the chat for that. We don't have any like progress for the books. We talk about the book club aspect of it the very last Zoom call. So I think that's December 5th.
Yes, that's the last one. There was a comment in the chat that asked basically why you didn't include hockey romance in the winter snowy theme. So So if you want to address that real quick.
I don't really know if that's like PG, but then at the same time, I don't know if any of these books are PG either. So, you know. Oh, also because we've done a romance book in the past and there was absolutely nothing to talk about during the book club chat. It was just like, yeah, that was a good book or a bad book. I don't remember. There was no like themes or like,
Yeah, there
you
was
know,
nothing to like worth it be worth
no.
discussing because like everything was just like they fell in love and then everything was happy ever after.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we did an Emily Henry book, and that was the last time I included a like a rom-com book because it's just really awkward when it's just me trying to facilitate a book club chat and there's nothing to say. So there's that. I had trouble picking which one I wanted to read for this, so we'll see. We'll see what the winner is. Okay. Toad Circle Secret Santa Book Exchange. So fun. The information is on Elfster, so you have to sign up. We'll randomly distribute um you to your Secret Santa partner, and then I'm pretty sure you do not have to be US only, but I remember having some issues last year about this.
I'll
Olivia,
have
are
to
you
go
with?
look at the settings. As far as I know, there are no restrictions on it. I can do a choose names based on region,
Okay.
but I also don't want that to happen if there's only like one person not in the US and then that person is just stuck by themselves.
Yeah,
So,
and I don't think they'd be stuck by themselves, but we can figure out a way. Also, if there's a way for you to get a gift from like their local gift, their local bookshop, and they can go pick it up, where you're not having to mail a package. There's lots of different ways, and I want everyone to be included, so I don't want to restrict it to US only if possible. So we will cross those humps when we bridges. Cross that bridge when we get there. So yeah, sign up for that. There's a $30 max. Um, and you don't have, and make sure you create a wish list because that's how your secret Santa knows what you're into or what you like or what you're looking for. You can include sewing notions too. It doesn't have to be books only. So that's just books are an easy way, but yeah, you can include kind of whatever you want as long as it's under the $30 limit. So
someone
yeah.
said they were able to send via Canada Amazon last time.
Yes.
So it
Yeah.
might automatically like allow them to,
Mhm.
yeah, whatever I'm
Cool.
trying to say. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. On that note about where everyone is located as well, we started this map for all the Toad Circle friends and where your favorite shops, your favorite whatever. So if you go in, you can add your name. Don't put your real address, just put general town or your closest city or whatever you want. You just please don't put your full address. um, and then once you put your town, make sure you're putting your name in there, and not just the town. Um, like I see one that says Hendersonville. I'm assuming that's not their name. So yeah, so you just have to go in and if you've already done one, you can go and edit it. And also I suggest adding some type of contact form. You don't have to put your phone number. You can either put an email or your Discord tag or an Instagram handle. That way, if someone is local to you and does want to reach out, then they are able to do so. If you don't want people reaching out and you just want to be on the map, that's fine too. Um, it's just helpful if you are trying to meet and make friends, or create a meetup. Um, so yeah, I think that's it for that. Olivia, is there anything else with that?
If you guys can't figure out how to do this or just don't want to bother with it, but you do want your name to be on the map, you can always send me a message on Discord with your city and state and your whatever contact information you want added on there, and I will do it for you.
Yeah. It's really confusing on the phone. It's a lot easier on the desktop. So keep that in mind. I was even confused with the phone. Okay. Cheater Club. If you are a Toadster member and you want to be part of the Cheater Club, you can now message in the Toadster General chat and tag us that you want to join that, and we will double confirm and then add you to that. To the dark side. Okay, and now we're gonna go over. I'm gonna put my light on real quick. I'm gonna go over colors, which is the real reason why you guys are here. Okay. Oh, okay, wait, here are the clues first. Lots of different color options. You're gonna see that there's many different ways you can do 2-tone up to 6-tone. Which sometimes the more options, the more confusing, but we're going to attempt to make it as clear as possible. It's block based and it's on point and beginner friendly. So, oh, and I designed it. So we've had the last 2 songs have been guest designers. So, okay, mood board. Kind of going for like, ski lodge vibes here. If you want to make your own mock-up, this is for the abstract, right? Only.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
This is for the abstract version only, not the cheater club.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
just making sure.
the code for the cheater club will never be TCPPL. So even
Yes,
if I did
okay.
put that there, it is never that. It is random every single time.
Yeah. Okay, great. So if you want to make your abstract version of the colors, you can go to Quilt Ink and do that. TC people will always be the code for the abstract secret, not secret, yeah. Okay, you can also do it. Okay. You can also do it within Canva, so you can recreate a little option to do it through Canva, so we can upload that link as well. And then the way you do it is you click on the rectangles, and then on the right-hand side, click on or on the left-hand side. Actually, Canva changes all the time. Just if it looks like this, this is how you change the colors. It's really, really intuitive and it's super easy to catch on to. So just kind of play around with it and you'll figure it out. And then you can also just drag and drop. If you want to see how your fabric, like actual prints look, you can drag swatches into your images folder and then drag and place them on top of the images as well, or squares as well. So, okay. Okay, so if this is your first Toad Circle Sew Along, the way we do this is we create an abstract representation of all of the colors that are in the quilt, but obviously we can't show you what the quilt looks like. So we have to use things like the scaling and the way that these abstract shapes are touching each other in order to show you what colors in the pattern will be touching each other, and then also the scale of them. So in this pattern, you'll see that color 1, 2, 4, and 5 all are equal, and they're the largest colors, so they will be the most prominent in the quilt. And then colors 3 and 6 are less prominent, they're smaller. And then you'll also notice that color 3 only is touching color 1 and color 2. That means that color 3 will never be touching the right side of these colors anywhere in the quilt. So um, that's kind of how these abstracting works. So values are really important, and then understanding, contrast. And um, the easiest way I can say to work off of this, if you're totally feeling lost, is to look through the values that are in the cover quilt and try to emulate them in maybe a different color scheme. So I love working with a cool family and a warm family. That's like kind of my go-to pattern when or go-to color scheme when I'm not sure what colors I want to go with. I always start with warm colors and then and cool colors. So for this, color family 1 is all warm colors, and then color family 2 is cool greens and stuff. And it's almost monochromatic as well. So almost all the time that will look good, that will read well in the pattern, and it's a really good way to just like start at square one. And then from there, if you feel like you want to adjust, you can as well. Um, Prints, if you're using prints, I never recommend using directional prints in mystery quilt sew-alongs. That being said, if you do not care if the directions are all facing the same way, do with that information as you want. I do not write the pattern to allow or to I do not write directions for directional prints. So, and then also if you're doing prints, I suggest doing smaller prints or blenders prints, especially with this pattern. But if you do have a large scale print, maybe pick only 1 or 2 and make sure they're not touching each other. So yeah, any questions about how the abstract chart is laid out or how this works basically before I jump into like different color schemes and percentage? Okay, so this is the solids version here. Like I said, warm tones and then cool tones. You can't really go wrong with pinks and greens, in my opinion. So that's, I really love this color scheme that we went with for the cover. I will say values matter, as always. They matter in every quote, but I love a healthy balance of low contrast sections where it kind of gives your eye some breathing room. So my toad has a zoomies in the background.
We're
Oh my
missing out
God.
on it because you have
I
the
know.
screen.
Really distracting though. He's like running all along the whole couch and okay. Anyways, so having low contrast sections or like low value sections um is good for your eyes breathing room. So colors 3 and 2, if you were to make this grayscale, they would be very, very similar. But in this pattern, it's okay. And it's because this pattern, you can also combine these colors. So don't worry too much about low contrast. You just have to have a healthy balance of all of them. So because there is a light, and then there is a dark. Um, hold on a second. Myself. Okay, really distracting.
I
Okay,
don't know if
I'm
you
just
can
gonna.
see my screen, but this is a screenshot of
Yeah,
that in black and white.
yeah.
So
So,
those colors are very similar.
yeah, and arguably, like these colors are pretty similar too. Color 4 and color 5. Um, they're pretty low contrast as well, and um, yeah, I think that works well. Also, another thing that works well is having like a light, like if you don't want to do a warm side and a cool side, you could do a light side and then a dark side, which also looks cool. So these colors kind of feel a lot darker, and they're gonna recede in the pattern, whereas these light colors are gonna pop. So it's another way to look at the two sides. This is just a print version of I mean, these uses directional prints, but we're just, throwing in random fabrics here. So all right, heads up, there's a lot. This is probably our most versatile color options we've ever had. Um, okay, which is kind of scary, but I also think it means that there's a lot of room for successful versions or successful quilts. So look at it as a positive. So this is the 6-tone version. Again, this is going to be the easiest for the beginner because this is the way the pattern was intended and the way the pattern was written. So if you are feeling lost on the color schemes and you're like, I don't know what option to go with, just go with the 6-tone and you won't feel confused. I mean, you might feel confused, but you won't feel confused because you're mixing things up. You're just gonna, this is the way the pattern's written and the way the cover is. So that's just the easiest way to go. But you can also do the 5-tone. 5-tone is combining, for this version, so this version you can either combine colors 6 and 5 or colors 3 and 2. And that's how you can get a 5-tone version. So yes, these arrows mean just like you're combining those.
Yeah, those would be the areas. Like if you're wanting to say, I want to use 5 colors, those two would be the ones that you would combine to create the 5-tone. And if you scoot your head off to the side, you can see the bottom one has the arrows too.
Oh,
You
me.
scoot. So it would either be you combine the 5 and 6, or you combine 2 and 3.
Yeah. You could also combine 1 and 4. I feel like this is like kind of like a riddle or like a children's school math problem.
Yeah, the arrows are just helping point out like what's making this a 5-tone. So in this
Yeah.
one, it's still 5-tone and you're combining different things, but if you want this 5-tone to work, you would combine 1 and 4. And when we say combine, we quite literally mean you take the fabric requirements from one color and from another color and add them together, and that's what you would get.
Yes. Yeah. So if color 2 is calling for a half a yard and color 3 is calling for a half a yard, just get a full yard of this. Or I guess I should have used this as an example. But yeah. So this is a way to really simplify combining these two tones. It's a way to kind of simplify the pattern a bit. Um, so it's like almost treating this as just like a background now. Now you've basically created a background and the rest of it still correlates as usual. Any questions about this? Like, I hope I'm not overwhelming. Okay.
If you
Uh,
were to go into it with the mindset of I want cool tones and warm tones, um, it still works in the 5-tone version, in my opinion,
yeah. Yeah, you can
because
just make this like
there's still a separation of color values or color families.
yeah, and you can make this like not a warm tone. You can make this just like a white linen or something like an off-white color, and then you have very clear, distinguished cool and warm tones, or even dark tones and light tones, however you want to go about it. Okay, 4 tones. This is when things get a little more hairy, should I say? All right, the pattern looks great this way. I will say that I do like how this looks. It's not written this way specifically. So we're either gonna have to tweak how you piece it, or you might have some weird piecing that's like why am I sewing these two rectangles that are the same color to each other? So that is just beware. It is like
When
you
you
just want,
combine colors that are
yeah,
meant to be different, you could result in some weird combination pieces to be sewn together.
yes,
But
yes. So
you're not looking at those two pieces being sewn together by themselves. You're looking at the full quilt when it's put together. And so like in the end, it will look okay.
but at the moment you'd be like, this is weird that I'm piecing these two together. So that is just like one caveat to the four-tone version. I love how it looks, and I don't want to deter you not to do it. I'm just saying we're either gonna have to figure out our end how to explain in a way that you guys will not have to piece those weird pieces together, or you just have to accept that that is, you know. And if you're in the cheater club, that would make a lot more sense. But if you're not, then uh, okay. And then the three-tone version. So this
This
is
is
just
my
making,
doing. It
yeah.
looks confusing because of me.
Yeah, do you want to explain this? Basically, like this is just making sure that colors here is like kind of opposites. I feel like that's, you know, so this I see what you're saying. One, two, and three look like this, and then you go from starting from the bottom. So now you do four, five, and six. So it's following the same pattern, but it doesn't have to be that complicated. So
So when I look at this, I see pick three colors that you like: a light, a medium, and a dark.
hmm
Put them in whatever order: color one, color two, color three. And then for the next color family, you shift it all down. So the spot where color one was, the very top, it's now in the middle. Where color two is in the middle, it's now at the bottom. And so you've just shifted everything down while keeping those same three colors the exact same from color family one to family two.
yeah, yeah. And if you are choosing a three-tone version, feel free to show us your mock-ups, like these abstract mock-ups, and we'll just make sure it looks okay. We also discussed what colors not to combine, so as long as it's not those colors, you'll be good. Okay. And then this one, this one's basically just combining, creating a background tone and then two other tones and just making sure they're opposite. So it's not as it's very easy. You're just like, all right, what do I want my background tone to be? That becomes color one and four. And then now what tones do I want to go with that? So
Yeah, you basically create a similar color or the same color for one and four, and then just crisscross two other
yep,
colors from each other.
crisscross applesauce. Okay, two tone.
I think
This
this one might be my favorite. This or the five tone.
Yeah, two tone is just picking two colors to one side and two colors on the other side. But you're always going to combine colors two and three, and then six and five. So, and then you can just swap them so that they're, you know, crisscross. That's the only way you can do two tone, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you have to do is if you're going to do two tone, this is the way you do it. Okay, the colors to not combine. This is probably the most important side of the entire thing. If you don't even want to pay attention to anything else, these colors do not combine. You do not combine colors one and two and colors four and five. The pattern will not work and it'll look very bad if you do that. So these are like
Scooter
we should take a screenshot of just this and put it in the week one chat.
scoot your head over
So
so they can see the full mock-up. There you go. If you look at your abstract mock-up and it looks like rings with a color in the middle of it, it will not look okay.
okay. Directional prints, we already discussed that. I'm making sure I'm not missing. We will post this whole presentation in the important links, and we will also post this video again. So I definitely suggest taking well, I guess yeah, we'll post everything in the week one
Yeah,
chat.
I'll share this presentation link so you can go and scroll through it on your own. And then yeah, the video will be in the portal and the link will be shared in Discord too tomorrow
Yeah.
or Friday because tomorrow's Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, and Olivia's birthday, so I'm gonna say happy birthday to Olivia. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of run through these examples. This is just a great example of the cool tones and the warm tones having one light tone and at least one dark tone, and then the rest kind of fit a little bit in the middle, medium tones. So this is like very sunset beachy kind of vibes. And this is the 6-tone version. Here's a 4-tone version with Prince. This is, oh, that should say 5 tones. This is 5 tones, so just making one background. I love this one. It feels so much like fall. It's really, thank you. Very fall vibes and like makes me feel like, I don't know, pumpkins. That's what or sunflowers. Did we say this version looked like sunflowers? Yeah, so this is creating a background tone. Okay, 5-tone too, so just combining 3 and 4 here. But and also when you are cutting and you're combining, act like like when you're labeling your pieces, act like they are that a different color. So I would label this one color 3 piece A or something, even if it's the same color as color 4. So just keep that in mind as well. Another greens, pinks, and warms and
There
cools.
there is a question in the comments that is a good one that I think you can talk about right now. Someone asked, can you not combine 1 and 3 and 4 and 6?
No.
I mean,
Well, we've
technically
actually never
you
done
can.
that.
Yeah, technically you can, but I don't think it's one that I would recommend because I don't think you'll get the full, like, you won't look at it and be like, wow, I love this. You'll be like, it's okay, in my opinion.
I can't even actually imagine what that looks like. I need to create a mock-up, but why don't we add that to
The do nots.
this? Yeah, let's add it to that because I don't think it'll be successful. That's a great question though.
Okay, I will work on that if you want
Okay.
to keep scrolling.
I was just gonna watch you do this and make me nervous. Okay, fun black and white version where it's 2 tones. I don't think you can really go wrong with a black and white quote. Um, this is another 5-tone that says 6-tone. There are a lot of colors here, so a lot of color versions. There just is a lot of different options. The 4-tone personally looks really good. Oh my god, this is 3-tone. Terrible. Okay, the 3-tone looks good low volume in my opinion, so just something to consider. Yeah, you can do. This one really. Oh, what were you saying? This one remind you of, like Burberry?
Yeah, like a plaid almost.
Yeah.
Like the way that the Burberry plaid tones are like they have like the dark elements and then like
Yeah.
yeah.
I was considering making this version, baby version, as like a gender neutral baby quilt. So that was pretty cute. I like this low volume version too. Feels like very feminine and light and airy. 4-tone version here. Um, this one's really fun. I don't know if Tara has a kid on this one, maybe?
It's really
And
close to it.
okay, okay. This is another like super fun, feminine, folly kind of one. This is my second option for a baby quilt I'm thinking about. And then this just reminds me of Tara's, brand. So this is my
That's the
other baby
one
quilt
I'm
option.
making.
Oh, you're making this one? Okay. I was thinking
I'm
about making
making
this
this one
one
in
too.
a baby quilt.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
We
I
can
feel
be
like you have
twinning.
shoes. You have shoes that have that like purpley, like minty color, I think, right? Like
Oh,
sneakers.
yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also on the do not combine, I've noticed that we have never shown one where colors 2 and 5 are the same.
2 and 5. I think that's just one that we haven't combined yet.
I don't think you can.
Let me look.
So that's another one we can add to the do not.
2 and 5.
Yeah.
I will report back. Let me play.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me know because I'm pretty sure you can. Okay, this is a good example of what I did for this one. I picked a light tone and then I did a slightly darker tone, a light tone and then a slightly darker tone of that, and repeated on all of them. So it almost is like the blocks will every other block will kind of recede and then pop and recede and pop, but they're all like the same color family. Um, do any colors look best as prints if you want to mix them in? I would say colors 2 and 5 would probably be the best for prints, but I would only do maybe one print for color 5 and then do another print for like color 3, and then maybe color in 1 do solids or blenders, and then so kind of pick one of these bottoms and one of the middle for a print, and then the rest be blenders. That would be my suggestion. So, and it kind of depends on what prints you're using as well. Like if you're using pretty, you know, like starry or like a blender or something like that, then you could do prints for any of these. But yeah, makes sense. Okay, cool.
I'm reporting back, and I personally think it looks okay, but I will not send you a screenshot in case it pops up on your screen. So I will wait.
Okay, we'll get back to you on those. Okay. But yeah, so back to this. This is like a really good way if you want to pick 3 colors and then go like a shade darker for each of those 3 tones. You can group those and it looks really good. So imagine this being like a light blue, a medium blue, and a dark blue. You can go like even darker, like navy, and then a shade darker than that, and a shade darker than that. So yeah, I think that's just a great way to if you're feeling lost as well. This is a good Halloween one. So this is combining, 2 and 4 in colors 1 and 6, and then having a pop of color for 3 and 5. Super fun, very Halloweeny. I know we're like hitting Halloween this week or tomorrow. So maybe we missed the mark on that one, but if you're like really into Halloween and you want to prepare for next Halloween, then there you have it.
Or use the same formula essentially for any other holiday color. So like if you're trying to make a Christmas quilt and then you do like a super dark green where the black is and
Mhm.
like a red and a pink or something.
Yeah, like this could be gold, this could be red, and this could be like a light pink or something. Yes, where I was saying the pops of color, like this is a great example of where the pop or like where the prints could be. So like imagine these being the pops, that would be a good way to incorporate your print. Thank you, Tara.
Wait,
That's a good
wait, what were you pointing at? What colors?
like the purple and the color
Oh, I see.
3. Imagine these being your pops. That would be a good place to put those prints we were talking about. Another example of how to do the 3 tone. These are really fun. So It kind of depends on like what vibe you're looking for. They don't look that different, I will say. They look different, but not like wildly different where you're gonna like regret not going one way or the other, I would say. Okay, so we have
These are
okay.
all pulled from Discord, and the
Okay.
ones that say feedback requested, they specifically asked for you to talk about them.
Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah, this is kind of what we were just talking about the wait, actually am I looking? So this would be I would say flip this upside down and this be color one.
Yeah, you just take it and like rotate it 180.
Yeah.
So that way color
Um,
one and color four are the light colors.
yeah. Yes. And then yeah, I think this would work totally great. I think this print for this would be color three and then this Nora. Yeah. I honestly think this would look great. I think this kind of goes into the realm of almost having like combining colors one and four. So you're gonna have like almost a backgroundy feel, which I feel like will be super successful and allow room for the rest of this to pop. I think these tones will look good together because they're kind of like low volume, but this one reads a lot darker just because it has a lot of black in it. Um, so yeah, I really don't have much feedback. I think the prints are in the right locations. I would just suggest flipping this over and looking at it that way. So these will not be your one and four.
Do you see an issue with potentially the beigey print that would be color one and the middle one that has the black lines on it being up against each other?
That's what I was thinking about. And I think to eliminate that, I don't know if you could do that, you could swap this white one and the dashed one maybe. That might make it busier though. So you if you have potentially like a kind of like a almost nude solid might work better. Um, like I'm imagining this like pink tone here, but like a solid version, kind of like how you have this gray one. Or it maybe. My answer is maybe. Even like maybe a darker brown color could look good here. Um, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, this picture makes it seem like there's potentially enough contrast between the two, but if in person you can clearly see the difference. Like if that's a more peachy, like that what would be color one that's on the bottom right, if that's a
Hmm.
like more saturated color in person and the dash like the black dash line one like comes across as like a white background, I feel like it should be fine. Just know that it'll
Yeah.
feel a little like tone on tone, like low contrast in that area.
Yeah.
And if you're really wanting to be able to see the design better, then maybe opt for a different color in that or a different tone.
Yeah. I'm also thinking like if you have enough fabric, you could eliminate the dashes altogether and just make this two and three, this leaf tone, which could
Mm-hmm.
potentially look good. So if you just want to eliminate that or find something that's maybe a solid fabric that's might help. Does that help? Okay, all very helpful. Um, Cassandra, honestly, I really don't have much to say here. I think this will look great. Um, maybe swapping colors five and six potentially, or yeah, because that way you're not having we're kind of doing, or maybe three and mm, maybe just swapping one of the prints out for one of the center ones if you don't have the fabric on hand in a certain amount. You know what I mean? That you need for that. So, but these are pretty like not super busy prints in my opinion, so I think they're fine as is as well. But I like the color scheme. I like the cool tones mixed with the warm tones. But yeah, things look good. Olivia, anything?
Um, no, I don't think so. I mean, I like that the color 3 and color 2 and color 5 next to each other aren't both super dark. And there's
Yeah.
like a good difference between those two. And that
Hmm.
instead of putting where color 6 is super dark in the color 5 spot, you chose to put it in a different spot. I think that's a good call.
Yeah. How to request if you want your feedback, you can post it and tag Olivia. You can do it in the week one behind up chat,
Or here
and
in
we
this
can,
chat if you want the
or here
quote
in
one
the
from
chat.
this
You
chat.
okay? Yeah, you can totally do that. But yeah, I think the scale of these prints all look good. I think the values are there. Yeah, I don't really have much feedback. I think this will be successful. Okay. I know we're voting on this. Do we
This
see
was
this?
like all from the same person sent
Oh, okay.
in week one.
Mm,
The inspiration for the bottom set was pulled from a quilt from another
yeah,
designer.
I did see
And
that. Yeah.
then that top one looks a lot like the By and By Purpley quilt kit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good inspiration pull for that one.
Yeah, I think my only issue with this top one is color one. I think that's going to be a busy print to be color one. I think I suggest maybe swapping that out for potentially a solid or like a more low volume print. Other than that, I think everything else works fine. I don't know if you'd have enough to potentially do color three as color one, like that starry background instead. Um, and then I do love all of these versions as well. So I would need to see.
I think you need to see the version of the 2 and the 5 combined because I that's the one that someone asked about earlier, asking if that's good.
Okay, yeah, I do want to see that one. Because I honestly have no idea what it looks like.
Yeah, I think that it looks just as interesting as the others. It has a really cool effect.
Okay. I'll trust it. I could flip those and combine one and four. Okay, wait. Like just do uh sorry, what do you mean?
Oh, I was just thinking instead of 2 and 5, I could just like flip the whole thing over. I didn't realize.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that too. um I think
Yeah.
that if you really like that color and you want to see a lot of it, then that's a good call.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. I do really like this version. Well, these two versions a lot. Um so I mean I don't really think you can go wrong with this color scheme at all. I can throw these in the mock-up and give you more specific because right now I'm like looking and there's so many colors and I feel like I can't I can't visualize like each individual color scheme, but um yeah, I think this color scheme is gonna be successful though, so okay. This is very beachy vibes. I love the low volume. I have nothing to say about this. I think this will be great. Very calming. I feel like this would be like in a naturopathic office or something. Like a good way. Okay, this is black and white. I think this was for a baby quilt. I remember it. Um, potentially being a baby quilt. So yeah, I'm trying to imagine. I think these would all work fine. I think my only issue with this bottom one is that this gray feels a lot cooler than this tone. I don't know. I feel like one of these tones either needs to be. I think that it's just this tone, this gray is like a little too warm, but it could potentially look totally fine. I bet this tone is exactly this one, but it looks so different surrounded by dark. You know that like the eye tricks that colors do? These are probably the same tone, but this one looks so blue. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I think either of these will look great. Okay, feedback. This is very bright. I love it. These are very low contrast here. So that's kind of, remember the tones that we didn't want to combine? That's kind of erring on hitting that a little bit. So I think the right side looks great. I think potentially you're gonna want to either pick a lighter or darker pink or red. So that's my only feedback. And then I think, yeah, I think that would be, I would have to, I don't know. Right, Olivia?
I
I think
think
these,
the light pink on the bottom, or the pink on the bottom, if you were to make it lighter, it might be pushing into the same tone as that yellow.
which is
And
better.
yeah, which is better.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be my way of making that adjustment. Kind of like how you have a dark blue and a light blue on the right side, maybe making like a dark red and a light pink, or a dark pink and a light orange. It kind of I think that would turn into an orange if you made it lighter.
I think my opinion would be to make this red more of a lighter pink.
Mm.
Oh, it's supposed to be orange.
So make it lighter so it matches the light blue tone on the side, the right side.
Yeah, yeah, like more like, see how like this color almost.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would almost argue that instead of the yellow, bring that orangey tone here as the yellow spot.
Then it would
So
act as a pop of color there.
yeah, so bring this bright red, bright orange, whatever it is, to this yellow spot, and this where the red is currently, make it like a lighter, like peachy color, or even a light yellow if you really want to add yellow. Um, yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, I think the right side's really fine though. Because I'm trying to imagine, I feel like these two colors next to each other are erring on the side of the 3D goggles, and in a way that it might hurt your eyes with the pattern. So I would just bring this orange into this yellow square basically. Did that help? Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, this looks great too. I mean, see, whenever you stick with different families like this, it's so easy because you just know that it's kind of monochromatic on one side, monochromatic on the other side, and they just kind of will play out well. Don't have anything to say. They also didn't request feedback, so
Keep your mouth shut.
so shut up. I think this is Chandos. I don't know. There's no names here, so I think I had this example in the other color schemes. Um,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that one, and not the next one, but the one after it with the purple in it, those two I think Shanda shared in Discord.
okay. Yeah, I mean this is like a lot. This becomes a pickle background. So if you're in a pickle, yeah, these are really fun. Super fun colors. Um, this really reminds me of Wildwood Creative. These
Mm-hmm.
colors. It's like her exact color scheme. Yeah, I mean back to it. When it comes down to it, if you have two different colors that you like that work well together, and having a monochromatic version of those, it's gonna look good. So I really don't have anything else to say about this. This looks great. Um, this is a very subtle background. It's a large print, but it's low volume, so it'll blend. It'll read well as a background tone. This one is from Lauren, I think. And I actually wasn't sure how I'd feel about these colors, and then I put it in a mock-up and I really, really liked it. So I have no changes. It's low contrast, I will say. Color one is much darker than the rest. And then we basically have like all medium tones, but the way it looks, I think it looks really cool. So I don't know, Lauren, if you're in here, then I say go for it. I have nothing to say. I think Vicky pushed this one. This is gonna be a really cool Christmas one. I made a mock-up similar to this and I really liked it. So good if you're looking for a Christmas-esque quilt, um, there's some combinations that I definitely suggest. This is another one. This looks great. The monochromatic dual tones looks good. Simple background. Great Christmas quilt. And then this one's just added. Love it. It's great. This is gonna be cute. It's so cute. In fact, I want to make this one. I really like the low contrast between these two though. So kits. Full Moon, Tara, who has her camera on. You can say something. Here are the kits that she has available. If you want to say something, you don't have to.
Here are the kits I have available.
In addition, if
But
you
if
don't want
you-
any of these kits, she'll do a DIY kit and custom
Yeah,
kit
that's what I
together.
was gonna say. If you needed to see, like seeing them on a digital mock-up is one thing, but like seeing the fabrics in person. I know you're not in person, but like I can send you a picture of the actual fabrics. Happy to do that too.
Yeah, in addition, if you want like are okay, like if you're like, I want these clothes, but I don't want to see the pattern, but I want you guys to okay it, like, we'll make a mock-up on our side and be like, yes, this looks great. You know what I mean? We can also do that just to like, you know,
Make sure.
make sure
Like
that
if you
you're gonna be
still want to keep
happy.
the mystery, but you want to like it.
The assurance.
Yeah.
I will not lead you to something that won't look good. So, but yeah, hit her up if you want a custom quilt. A kit, not a quilt.
Yeah, I don't got time for the quilts right now.
Feel it.
I was gonna say it's also way past my bedtime.
Yeah, I know we're almost done here.
And
By
I
and
like you
by
guys too
also has,
much.
yeah.
Don't worry.
By and by has kits as well, so they're all should be on the kits and discount channel. And she's got some, I mean, this one is 4-tone, but it's pretty similar to the 3-tone, so this one's gonna be really cool. 2-tone starry, there's a cover, and then this one is like the purple ones. So lots of fun kits. Any questions? That's it. We can wrap up. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. That was a lot. Like I said, the first Zoom call is always the most overwhelming and the most we talk. After this, we'll just be chilling. So, does anyone have any colors? I mean, questions. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Got colors on my mind. Nothing. Well, then we can wrap this up. If you're watching Love is Blind, the reunion episode is tonight. We will be chatting in the Love is Blind Discord channel. Highly suggested. It's unfiltered, so 90% of the time just me and Olivia, but other people join here and there. And don't forget to vote and sign up for the Elfster, the Secret Santa and everything. So
I just sent you that combination of 2 and 5.
I'm not
And
sharing my screen, right?
you're not sharing your screen.
Interesting. It
I think it
works.
looks good.
I do too.
I mean, these are the colors that I would pick, but
No, I like it. Let's okay that version, that those 2 colors then. So whoever had that one where the colors were at the bottom, you can keep them there. It looks great. So I'm glad this was helpful. I always am worried that I talked too much and didn't make enough sense. So again, we are the most active the first week for sure. Always there to help with colors. This is my favorite week. I love helping people pick out colors. If you're a Toadster member, you can schedule a one-on-one call with me this week only, and we can discuss colors. And then, yeah, we're here to help. So take advantage of the group. Take advantage of asking for feedback. Yeah.
I'm sorry
Well,
again for the Zoom
yeah,
screen sharing debacle.
I don't know what was happening because I should have just tried exiting out from the beginning, but fine. There's always something every time. There's always something, but yeah. Also, if you guys ordered your Quilty Witch merch and you get it in time by tomorrow, post it on social media and be like, look at my Quilty merch. Happy Halloween. I don't know if you guys have ordered it or not. But... Okay, well, I'm gonna go make dinner. And I know it's really late for East Coast people. We usually do these calls on Thursday nights. Didn't want to do it on Halloween because I knew no one would show up. So, including me. So we did on Wednesday this week, but most of the time it is going to be on Thursdays. So, all right. Well, I'll see you guys. See you guys in next week or the next week after that. Not sure.
It's week 3.
Week 6. Got it. Bye.
Bye.